When we got word that there was a union trying to organize and represent us, there was a lot of negative feedback from the company, from telling us that we were going to be throwing our money away, it wasn't going to benefit us in any way, the company could only give so much. And after negotiating with them, we found that that's not the case. They have agreed to give us better wages, all around better perks for health and welfare. It was very interesting negotiating the collective bargaining agreement because the company really didn't want to give a whole lot initially. They offered very, very little initially, and we countered, and it was a back and forth for quite a while, and I was happy with what they finally gave us. It was very interesting to see the discord between corporate and local management. That was very enlightening because most people in our work site thought that management was on board with what corporate policies were, and that wasn't the case. Initially, when we were hired, we were given 3 days. After 3 days, you had to provide a doctor's note. Well, local management decided that after 1 day, they want a doctor's note. So basically, every time you're out, they expect you to go to the doctor. That's, unrealistic. It drives our insurance premiums up because you're constantly using that insurance when you really don't need to. And corporate was unaware of that. There was another contract that took over another area, and they cut their wages by $7 an hour for the same work that was being done. And knowing that now that we have a union, they're not going to be allowed to do that was the biggest kickoff for me. So that's a huge plus. When we were initially hired, L3 matched our contribution to the 401k. Then they stopped without notifying anyone, and there was nothing we could do about it other than contribute more money ourselves. But with this pension plan that the union's offering us, we will have a guaranteed pension on top of our 401k. We didn't get rid of one for the other, we have both now. I think they're going to be forced to have things changed locally to coincide with what corporate expects of them. I think that now that there's rules in place they're going to have to follow, there's a recourse if they don't. So I believe it will change. I think the IAM is a great union. They've offered us a lot, and they've worked hard to help us get ahead. I think that because they've worked in this field for so long, they do have a better grasp of what's required of the employee and the companies and the customers all together, and that mix is a good mix because it gives them insight that other companies or other unions may not have. Now that they have something concrete to look at and see that there have been monetary gains and other benefits that have been gained for the employees by the CBA, most of the employees are totally on board with it. There've been a lot of positive feedback from that, where initially they were kind of standoffish and not sure they were going to be getting their money's worth, so to speak. And now that's pretty much turned around. Now they can see that they have something coming in, some improvements coming in. I believe if there are other contractors out there that have not been unionized, I think they should take a hard look at it. It would, from my point of view, it would benefit them greatly.